Alright, hello and welcome to Comic Lair. Today we will be discussing the most anticipated season of Demon Slayer, which is the Swordsmith Village Arc, which has recently come to an end with its season finale that was last week. So here we'll be exploring the good and the bad factors that made Swordsmith Village Arc what it is today, and to get to know that why a few viewers dislike the series. With again, just to mention that this is a pers- it is a personal preference, and not all the viewers agree to this, but it is what I thought about the season. So, okay, let's explore the factors that make Swords of the Village arc shine. So, of course, we all of the viewers can agree on one thing, that the animation was off the roof and amazing as usual. The action sequences were captivating and thrilling, and the story and the plot of Demon Slayer is, as usual, amazing. Alright, in detail, the plot is engaging and filled with surprising twists that kept us hooked throughout the series, immersing with the journey of Tanjiro and his friends as they seek the aid of a skilled swordsman. Season 3 unlocked a lot of new characters and showed us what these characters are actually capable of, showing them in their full glory. Another strong aspect that we all may or may not agree on are the action sequences. Alright, now I don't know what other people are gonna say about this, but Muichiro and Yoko wasn't as captivating as Uzui and Gyutaro. Okay, not gonna forget that misbreathing is a very calm form of breathing, so it may have not given us as many as thrills as did Tengen and Gyutaro. Also, Muichiro was shown really strong in this series, and it was not Yoko who was shown to be weak. Yoko was giving in his full, but Muichiro was just simply too strong for Yoko, as he was a descendant of the original sun breathing. I'm not gonna forget that Muichiro also did unlock his Demon Slayer mark during the fight, which made him 10 or 20 times stronger. If Muichiro did not unlock this Demon Slayer mark, there was a high chance that he would have been killed by Gyoko in the battle. It also features breathtaking battles against both of the most powerful 12 Kizuki, and the skills of the swordsman is impeccable as usual. The animation quality is top notch with fluid movements and stunning visuals that elevate the excitement and intensity of these fights. Moving on to Mitsuri versus Zohaku. Now here Mitsuri is shown in all of her glory, and not just her looks, but also her swordsmanship is impeccable. And I love how she uses her sword, so called a whip, in battle and amazingly slashes through all dragons of Zohaku, Suri unlocking her own Demon Slayer mark, which made her very agile in one place and strong in the other, which led to Zohakuten not able to catch up to Tanjiro and his friends. Alright, I forgot the most important action sequence in the fight, where Tanjiro gets his new bright red sword and slashes through clones of Huntengu with complete ease, and those three clones are given a flashback from Muzan's memory of the legendary Yorichi. Tanjiro is shown to be extremely strong in this season compared to season 2, and I could say that if this was the Tanjiro fighting Gyutaro and Daki in season 2, the arc would have been finished in less than 2 to 3 episodes at max. What Tanjiro showed us in this season was literally Hashira level of swordsmanship. Also, not to forget that he, at the end, finally killed the final clone of Huntengu and the primary body by himself. Another strong aspect is the emotional sequences that we get to see in the Swordsmith Village arc. There were a few emotional sequences that made us tug at our heartstrings and deeply moved all of the viewers, which for one is Muichiro and his brotherly bond, and the second is of course when Nezuko conquered the sun and Tanjiro was up on his knees crying for Nezuko, and when Nezuko came up to him and said her first words in a good while, Tanjiro was deeply moved, and so were all of the viewers. And I can say that this was one of the cutest moments in the season. Now, of course, with the good factors comes the bad factors, which mm, many haters would agree upon, but as a anime enthusiast myself, these these didn't compare to what the good factors offer. So, firstly, let's talk about how the villain development lacked in the series, where we weren't shown the backstory of Gyoko at all, and some people may or may not prefer to know the backstory of demons because it is kind of boring and sad, but that is what causes the villain development in the first place. And talking about Huntengu, we were shown around 2 to 3 minutes of his backstory, which was which was good enough, but it was not what we were it was not what we were shown in season 2 with the case of Daki and Gyutaro. Now these backstories are what causes us to sympathize with the demons, so I believe that it was one very important factor to be considered. So the third is the one we could all agree on are the cliffhanger endings. Now the problem with weekly episodes is you have to wait for 7 days before another new episode comes in. And with each episode, the endings were a cliffhanger, complete cliffhangers. Like, uh, they left a few episodes in the middle of a fight, and a few where Tanjiro almost was going to cut off the demon's head, and then boom, finished. That's how it went down. And also, not to mention that the the animation at some places did feel like a game where the fish demons look like a character that you would play in a game. So again, remember these aspects vary depending on personal preferences, and not all viewers may find them positive or negative, and everyone has their different opinions upon the animation and the whole anime. But overall, I would consider this season to be very overwhelming and thrilling because of the introduction of new characters. But in comparison to season 2, I still believe season 2 takes the dub. Alright, thank you for watching, and let me know what you thought of the season in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like.